Welcome to The Wealthiest, where you will learn the ins and outs about the world's elite, how they live and how they spend their accumulated wealth. Let's get started. Butlers aren't just there to welcome guests and prepare and serve meals. They're typically in charge of everything that happens in a wealthy household, which can mean a lot of pressure and long working days and nights, deal with typical stress from the position. But it can also pay off with perks like tickets to a sporting event, concert, prestigious car show, trips, vacations, homes, living in a castle, and running the family's needs aboard a super yacht around the world. To be honest, anything under the sun, a wealthy family can provide. So anything goes. There are butlers that are not allowed to speak unless spoken to. The ones that are allowed to communicate with their families have a very lucrative career ahead of them. A well-established butler can make them more than $150,000 per year if successful at their craft. Discover why butlers are a new preferred occupation in the hospitality industry as we examine the life of a billionaire butler. The butler is thought to have been invented by the French, but the modern butler is thought to have been created by Americans with their ever-increasing wealth. Yes, the majority of butlers are employed in the USA, but butlers in the Middle East are becoming popular too. You may ask who becomes a butler. The International Guild of Professional Butlers says that there are a few million professional butlers around the world. There has been a steady rise in the number of butlers over the last 30 years, with a surge during 2010. British butlers are a favorite in popular culture, but in real life, it seems like Swiss butlers are the most likely to be successful. The reason is unknown, but what does a typical day in the life of a modern butler look like? It is not as glamorous as you would think. Well, they're expected to be a well-rounded employee, sometimes working as a chef, a valet, a bodyguard, must have good management skills since they're frequently in charge of other household staff, and they need to have a certain type of personality that works well with all. Must be patient, they can't speak back unless they want to get fired, and they have to be very discreet. In other words, an assistant who is an expert in all areas of running a household, most typically a mega mansion of many rooms and needs, sees and hears everything, but instructed to say nothing. Of course, butlers need to go to a specific school to learn these skills, since most aren't born knowing how to properly set a table, remember knife on the right, or weight is it left. Thankfully, there are numerous academies all over the world that let them do just that. One butler received a Mercedes-Benz SL worth $100,000 on his 3-year work anniversary. Talk about a great gift. Before you can start working as a butler and move into your employer's house, you must ensure that you have the necessary abilities. It all begins with applying to and paying for a butler training academy. The British Butler Academy is the most well-known in the world to learn to bud. Located in the historic city of Simpelveld just south of the Netherlands, the academy spans 80,000 square feet and offers 135 rooms as training ground. As the academy, individuals learn the skills of first-class butlers. The cost of an 8-week butler training program in the U.S. is approximately $15,000. The academy, which is essentially a castle, provides students with the ideal setting to feel as though they are serving the wealthy. It is also furnished with fine china and wine to help students become accustomed to working with very expensive products. As for the academy's instructors, they were all butlers once upon a time, so it not only provides them with a place to share their knowledge, but also offers them a possible career path. When they retire from working in private, these butlers frequently serve as members of the boat crew on chartered yachts or on cruise ships. The academy also assists in training those who would like not to work full-time in an employer's house, but would like to buttle on the side at parties and dinner events. Students are also increasingly being educated to work in China, where English butlers with accents are becoming a significant fad. The academy decided to establish a special school in Chengdu, China, with more locations as a result of the rise of China's super rich. Now that you've completed your butler training and Downton Abbey's portrayal of aristocratic riches, it's time to get a job. A new butler who is ready to go to the East, say to Shanghai or Dubai, can start at a very acceptable wage of $60,000 per year. A rookie butler typically apprentices for a few years and earns a starting salary of $40,000, but a butler in the East or the West should hit 6 figures within 5 to 6 years if they play their cards right. In fact, the top butlers in the world can earn up to $1 million a year. However, if you want to work in the West, things are a bit more competitive. Being wise about where you go is just the beginning. Once you decide on a location, it's all about finding the right boss who will give you some great job perks. For example, in some countries like China, a foreign butler is worth much more than a Chinese one. An Anglo butler will receive at least $50,000 a year, while a Chinese butler may only receive $300 a month. Security, a place to live, the opportunity to travel the world, spend time on luxury ships, and the ability to eat great food are a few of the benefits of being an established butler. Some employers will even pay more to have a butler with an accent. For instance, it can be difficult for a British butler to work in the US due to work visa restrictions, but if they really want to, they can cover all the costs and make it happen. In China and other countries where English-speaking butlers are in high demand, this is also possible. Being a butler also offers some job security because the position is so in demand. The reason for this is that butlers must adhere to a strict code of conduct, one of which is to blend in as much as possible. Other requirements for butlers include neat hair, manicured fingers, no visible tattoos or piercing. They also must have clean and pressed uniforms with well-shined shoes, though some employers might prefer their butlers to be a little more relaxed. A butler is an extension to a family and must represent the family in all situations. There are very strict prerequisites to follow before starting. They must remove their social media profiles. The entire job description of a butler is to put your employer's needs before your own, even if your employer asks you to follow him around, turn off lights, or clean up after his dog. It may seem harsh that you aren't allowed to leave work for personal emergencies or take last-minute sick days, but it's important that you maintain a respectable reputation and never discuss your employer's private matters with others. As a butler, you see everything, but forbidden to speak nothing. Many of today's modern butlers come from backgrounds like sports management, the military, and even public relations. These butlers have specific organizational skills and a work ethic that helps them outperform the competition. Butler schools make it pretty clear that you shouldn't pursue this as a career if you're not willing to put your personal and social life on the back burner. So, you can see that in order to make a career as a billionaire's butler work for you, it takes more than just skill. It also requires persistence and a good outlook. You must also take joy in your work, even if you aren't always immediately benefiting from it. If this describes you, you might have what it takes to be a star butler in the world's wealthiest households. But even if not, you at least understand a job that is frequently performed in the background. For example, did you know that the richest butler in the world is believed to be Gary Williams, who is now the principal of the British Butler Institute and is thought to be worth an estimated $2.2 million. This shows that there is definitely room for job growth. This is it for today. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Do let us know your thoughts about the video in the comment section down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe to our channel. Take care of yourselves and we'll see you in the next video.